So our next question is on Congress's role to declare war. The U.S. Constitution states that Congress shall have the power to declare war, and the President is the commander-in-chief of our country's armed forces. The last time Congress deliberated and voted to declare war was in 1942 during World War II. If a new conflict were to arise involving an ally or treaty partner, do you think Congress needs to vote on any deployment of U.S. troops for any new war that arises in the future? Mark answered the last one first, right?
Yes. Great. All right, sounds good. All right. So what I would say is I do believe in the Constitution, and the Constitution is clear when it comes to how we declare war as a nation, and so it needs to be up to the legislators. And I know we could have a very, very, very long and in-depth answer on this question, but I think it's very clear that the legislators, the Congress, needs to go ahead and be the one that gives final okay for a war against any other nation for any other reason. You know, when the Constitution was formed, when we established our nation, we didn't establish it with legislators plus a king. We established it with 3 equal branches. And the legislators are in charge of declaring war. And so I would fully stand behind that we should in no way declare war unless the legislators are the ones that vote for that. Thank you.
I mentioned power grab before, and again, power grab. So yeah, we absolutely need to stand up for that right. The people need to speak. It should not be an executive order, an executive decision. The people need to speak. And yes, Congress needs to hear the people in their districts and in their states, find out what their opinions are, because when you declare war, there are so many things it touches. Okay, so we send these young and older servicemen into battle, and that's loss of life, and that's loss of family structure. So it's a very big decision. The people of the United States should have that decision-making power. It is also a probably multi-trillion dollar endeavor. So not only is it loss of life, it is budgeting, but it is our right to make that choice.
I very much believe in the separation of powers, and I believe that the Constitution is clear, as Jerry said. The legislature has the ultimate say to debate and declare war. However, the founders understood by separating that power with the president as the commander-in-chief that given today's speed with which conflicts arise, we need to give the executive branch enough energy to be able to respond to conflicts before they blow up into a war. So I do support the executive power to respond to conflicts. However, the ultimate decision-making has to be made by the legislature for a long, protracted war. And I think that that's how the separation of powers is supposed to work, is that you give the executive the speed with which to respond to conflicts globally, and the legislature's there to hold the executive accountable and to be the voice of the American people to decide whether or not we're going to send our soldiers into battle.